it's critical that we communicate in a way that is crystal clear and easy to understand. As a Black man, I have a particular affection for Black women and attention to them. Their mental and emotional health and well-being matters to me, all Black people, but nobody has had a rougher ride in this society than Black women have. That is a non-controversial position. Everybody knows it. Everybody understands it, even if you pretend not to understand that. It is a fact. So to that end, little curveball, we need to reorient our minds and our mouths away from calling Black people, particularly Black women, describing them as dark-skinned. And the reason why that language is harmful to them is, frankly, is very simple, because our minds function off of the signals that it receives all the time, and language is an expression of that. Dark is a word that has a great many connotations, and a great many of them are negative. At best, they are benign. Dark is never a description of something that is intended to be positive, very rarely. And I'll give you the one example in a minute here. But dark, if I was to call up a friend and say, man, this is one of the darkest days of my life, you know what that means. He knows what that means. And, you know, it is nothing good. He's probably going to jump in a car and run over to keep me from jumping out a window or something because I had a very, very dark day. Okay, well, what person would want to be described with the same word that also depicts something so negative? You may just accept it as a quirk of the English language, but there are very few accidents in our language, just like there's very few accidents in our politics and policies and history and all the other stuff. Things have a design. They have a design. The truth is, it is every bit as accurate. In fact, I'd say even more accurate to describe people that we call dark-skinned, to refer to them as rich complexion or just rich in complexion. Why? Because their skin is melanin rich. The richer your skin is in melanin, the darker the complexion is going to be. Okay, so it's absolutely accurate. And guess what? The word rich has like no negative connotations to it. None. The worst you can think of is if a food is very rich or whatever have you, but even that sounds good. You just don't want to eat a whole lot of it. So switching out calling people dark to calling them rich, you know, we can learn how to stop calling, you know, people names that they don't like based upon their sexuality, and we have, and we should, and we've proven that we can do it, then we can do the same thing, the very same thing, to stop putting a negative label on people that they didn't ask for, that they did not earn, by calling them dark. Now, we've all heard the phrase, what is a woman like? He's tall, dark, and handsome. But the issue with that is, has that description ever been used towards women? That's something that's been exclusive to men. Okay, the desire for tall, dark, and handsome. Now, I'm not saying people don't have desire, but I'm talking about what's universally accepted as a beauty aesthetic. Okay, and even that is something that has been assigned to non-African people, non-Black people as well. So, you know, that's a mixed bag at best. Now, I'm not trying to downplay what my brothers who are of a richer complexion have gone through in their lives and the bullshit that we've done in our culture and all of that stuff. Straight from the plantation, we know where it comes from. And I'll be damned, I wish we would just leave it back there where we got it. We know that that's where it came from. Even those of us who are unschooled or lightly schooled recognize the fact that our intra-racial hostilities come from training off of the plantation. And it's just lived throughout the years or whatever. It's been fed in different ways by society, and we all know that. So how about we set that aside? Make that simple switch. It ain't that damn hard. It's not. It's not. It is no harder than saying LGBTQ IA or whatever else. It isn't that hard, okay? We used to say Oriental when I was coming up. I didn't know that was offensive, but then one day, well, you don't say that anymore. You just say Asian. I'm like, cool. I'll call you what you want to be called. If we insist on being called rich rather than dark, other people will have to follow or be standing in offense to us of what we have decided to call ourselves. Some of the pictures that you're going to see that are going to accompany this, brief conversation here are of rich-skinned women in particular. That's my taste. So that's my option to put that on here. But if you look at them, think rich, don't think dark. And if you are a person who does, you like to be called dark, whatever, I don't mean any offense to you. I obviously haven't lived your life and your experience, but, I'm a man of pretty broad experience and exposure. And so my opinions are not drawn off of speculation. It's off of real lived experience. I am a black man. I happen to not have a complexion that has made me the object of scorn or scrutiny. But I am plugged into the full experience here within my family, within my love life, within my children. So the health and well-being emotionally and psychologically of all black people matters to me. It matters. So let's make that switch as one of our mental shifts that we're going to take at a time when we could all use some mental shifting on a number of levels. So that's my pitch on freestyle politics. Peace.